Hello and welcome to Cutting Words. I'm Brad Thompson and today we're going to talk about the latest book from Wizards of the Coast, Strixhaven, A Curriculum of Chaos. Strixhaven is a university, a magic school, similar to Hogwarts from Harry Potter. Originally a setting from Magic the Gathering, it has now been ported over into Dungeons & Dragons and designed with a focus on the school rather than the larger world, so it can easily be dropped into any D&D setting. But what is Strixhaven, A Curriculum of Chaos? Is it an adventure? Is it a setting book? What is this thing? Let's break it down and have a look. So, the amount of pages dedicated to the setting is 25, roughly 11% of the adventure. The setting covers only the very broadest of strokes given to the world Strixhaven originates in. At the formation of the universe, there are 5 dragons, they set up the school, there are 5 colleges within the university, each named after one of the 5 dragons, and exemplified their styles of magic and learning. Simple enough. For player options, there are 11 pages, about 5% of the book. There are 5 new spells, one of which is very problematic, we'll get to that later. 1 new race, the Owlin, 2 setting-specific feats, 8 new magic items. I'll cover the player options in more detail in future videos. The adventure covers 141 pages, 65% of the book. Players play as students at Strixhaven University, starting as first years and going all the way through to the end of their studies in their 4th year, taking them from level 1 to 10. Stat blocks covering various NPCs and monsters uses up 41 pages, 19% of the book. There are 44 stat blocks, some of them are pretty cool, including the 5 founder dragons. All are using the new stat block format. So yes, this book is an adventure. Let's look at the design team behind it. We have the lead designer, Amanda Hammond. She was one of the 3 judges in the Dungeon Master Challenge that I competed in. Then we have the assistant lead designers, Jeremy Crawford. We all know Jeremy Crawford. And we've got James Wyatt, who I absolutely loved his work on Theros and Fizzband's books, so definitely a highlight to see his name here. Then we have the rest of the design team, who I'm less familiar with, but I'm sure as we go through more of these books and reviews as they come out, we'll start a track pattern going through here. So we have the design team of Bill Benham, Mackenzie Diarmas, Dan Dillon, Steve Kinson, and T. Alexander Stangroom. So yes, those are the designs behind this book. So what do I think? Well, move over Wild Wonder Witchlight. Now this is a roleplay heavy adventure. The NPCs are recurring in this adventure, so you can see the ongoing results of your interactions with them, which is crucial for any meaningful roleplay. Now they gamified role-playing and building connections with NPCs similar to how Renown works, but for individuals. Players are provided a handy template to keep track of their relationship progress, as well as their exam results, all of which grant a mechanical benefit to help in the adventure, such as advantage and bonus D4 to add to a roll. These are all features you can take it or leave it, a useful tool to help encourage newer players to roleplay, or for those who just like to have more visual display of their game achievements. Though I personally prefer a more natural, less gamified role-playing experience, even I am amused by the thought of maybe tracking players' progress on a big whiteboard behind the gaming table. They do provide a lot of NPCs, which don't get too intimidated by, as you should just drip feed them into the adventure at a pace you are comfortable with. Though I'd prefer it if there were less NPCs and instead the NPCs had a bigger write-up, as it feels like reading a paragraph bio off a university website, just the very superficial basics of their job and what they're about. I'd like even just a throwaway line added to hint at and inspire about some plot going on with them a DM could take and expand on, a sinister secret, something about their history to be uncovered, an ongoing conspiracy they're involved with. That would have really breathed some life into these characters for me. The adventure itself is much like one would expect if you read or watched any Harry Potter. It is still a D&D adventure. There is exploration and plenty of combat, though it seems rather random and forced at times. Because the adventure takes place across 4 years of study, there's a lot of downtime and open scope for the DM to either fill with more focus on the schooling and school life, or hand-waving. That and just, much like the Harry Potter films, really only focusing on the adventuring bits. Overall, the adventure is pretty solid, even if it does feel shoehorned a bit. Though despite this adventure being, learning at a magic school, I feel it was a missed opportunity to not have a section, an option there for players to learn or earn their subclass. I feel this would be really cool, just have scope in the adventure there to do classes or do something that helps inform what your subclass choice should be, and then learning that subclass. I think this will be the perfect fit for that, and there's nothing in the book about it. With the focus of picking and choosing NPCs to be friends and rivals with, I think this is the perfect adventure for a one-player, one-DM game, where the player picking NPCs to be friends with, those NPCs can then become followers for the adventuring part of the adventure. And I think this would just be fantastic for those who are stuck in lockdown. Maybe there's only 2 D&Ders in the household, and this adventure I think would be perfect for that. Also, if you want to, just like the idea of role-playing, being a student in a magic school. So there we have it. Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos. I'm Brad Thompson. This has been Cutting Words. If you like these videos, consider subscribing. Until next time, catch you around. See ya.